Hello everyone and welcome back to the Great Book of Grudges. My name is Nathan and just a short video today. You see, Creative Assembly have updated their known issues list. This is a list that they have, I think, on the forums but also on the Steam forums. This is where I'm getting mine from, regarding any known issues that they're aware of. This is also a good time to tell you that if you do find issues with the game, certain crashes and so on, it is important to report them, as Creative Assembly can't really find everything. There's a few issues that we found, the creators themselves, during the Forge of the Chaos Dwarfs, which have been reported. But even then, even creators such as myself, who have played 200 hours in the past around 2 weeks and a half, can miss stuff. So yeah, if we want a better game, we need to start reporting these issues. And it seems for the Steam area, just, open up a discussion or reply to a topic within the Steam discussions, which is simple enough. The majority of us actually play on Steam. For those not on Steam, I guess on the forums, I'm not sure if Epic Games and the other ones have, forums like this. So new issues that they're aware of are as follows. Gotrek's healing ability, Heroic Fortitude, is not working. Nekari's charge animation seems to trigger too early. Yeah, this is true, which kind of makes your charges do as much damage as a wet noodle, which, as you can imagine, for a Slanesh faction is not good. Grimgore, enemy killed in battle event, message, incorrect faction name. Witch Hunters and Free Company no longer appear to have their weapon in combat. This is really weird because no new animations were created for them. They were frankly untouched, barring, I think, some balance changes. So it's kind of weird when units start missing their weapons. We can see that later on with other stuff, but yeah, it's pretty weird. Various units unaffected by red skill lines. Yeah, this is a big issue considering that obviously red skill lines are what you buff up your units to make them more viable in endgame content. Yeah, it's happening to a lot of factions. Again, a little bit worrying. Sisters of Avalon missing their swords, just like I said about the Witch Hunters. Some uncommon and common magic items showing better stats than rare items. Yeah, not sure if it's actually affecting the stats, because one thing is that the tooltip sometimes says something and actually doesn't do it, so maybe that's not too much of an issue right now. We'll have to wait and see. Well, you guys will be able to find out via testing and so on. Incorrect model for Skink showing in character details, Skink Oracle. Blood splatter flickering on the ground if blood pack is enabled. I never have it on because it does affect frame rates. Celestra is sometimes blocked from attacking an enemy settlement or an army. Yeah, I don't know what's going on here, but it seems that her model on the campaign map just can't physically attack some areas or even some armies. This is obviously kind of annoying considering that this is a character, a legendary lord, a leader of a faction, and this needs to be sorted out ASAP. I'm imagining that we might hopefully get a hotfix soon. But yeah, let's continue. Frog is not immune to Kislev Winter and Ivris Miss Attrition. This is something which has been pointed out multiple times since the launch of Immortal Empires. I don't know why this is considered new, because this is like, what, 7 months now? But hey, better late than never. He just needs to be sorted out there, because obviously attacking Kislev is a bit of an issue. Skinning issues with Chaos Dwarfs causing teeth and lips to stretch out. It's kind of funny when that happens. Wrong Ogre Kingdom's contract mission is sometimes given when selecting a specific contract. Yep, and it's very, very important, as the Ogres have it tough enough already, so yeah, you kind of want that there. And finally, destroying a tower on High Elf Lothan will create a breach in the wall, leaving floating decals. Now, that's not only it. Obviously, you can see all the other stuff which already was in that list on the right-hand side. Like, for example, Doomfire Warlocks missing their swords, the settlement garrisons feeling weak. Yep, this is still a massive thing. In fact, the Chaos Dwarfs themselves have pretty bad garrisons, and just a lot of actual issues. There are some other issues which I found in the campaign. Say, for example, sometimes destroying one tower leads to the other one being indestructible. This is obviously on siege maps, and you don't want indestructible towers. Well, not if you're attacking, because that means that you're just going to keep getting constantly hit. AI, for some reason, sometimes just kind of bugs out in sieges. Like, I had a match where the vampires and the Skaven were attacking me, and the Vampire Lord, which was mounted on a Hellsteed, was just not landing, so I had to kind of just fire him down. This was at the end of the battle, when he was one of the last models left. He was just literally flying over my army. Just had to fire at him, but he just wouldn't land. And then obviously there's a very big known issue right now with mounted lords, big monsters, anything that's flying, where, again, this issue's returned. If you fly onto an enemy wall, there are some decals which will just throw your character off and kill him. So, you know, like Zatan, Drazoa, those are characters that fly. When they're mounted, of course, pretty much all your lords and heroes. It's not a good time, and that desperately needs to get fixed, because if you're going to be aggressive and you can't really land on the walls to use your big mounted stuff, yeah, there's a bit of a problem. I've also seen it happen to just the standard monsters of the Lamassu, the Great Taurus and the Bale Taurus. So desperately, this needs to be fixed ASAP. We need a hot fix. I'm not too sure. Obviously, we know it's because they fixed some stuff up with sieges, but apparently fixing stuff up also broke some stuff too. The list is definitely getting bigger. This obviously happens anytime major content drops and major patches. Hopefully that means that 3.1 isn't too far away, because they did mention it in the patch notes that 3.1 shouldn't be too far. So hopefully we could get some big fixes, because there's really a need to get some stuff up and running. There's some game-breaking issues at the very least. Not as much as they used to be, though, so that's a good thing. It's kind of weird that the fixed in 3.0 seems so small, though, considering that we know a lot of other stuff was fixed, but I'm guessing this is stuff that was reported by the players directly. Even then, I know the players reported a lot of other stuff too, so yeah. But, yeah, let's read over it. Azag loses his items in custom battles when mounted. Yeah, that was annoying. Brightstone Mine is missing from Mount Gunbad for Skaven factions. That was fixed. Grimgor's skin tone is too light. That was fixed too. Shield block chance values in UI are not always consistent. Yep, that was a massive issue. Range units don't shoot at targets that are in line of sight. For now, that's fine. I've noticed a few little hiccups, but for now it's a lot better, which obviously means that your range armies are a little bit more useful now. Obviously, that's something that you want. UI states demolishing building costs money. Yeah, I don't know why that took a year. Like, seriously, I really don't know why that took a year. Items that reduce miscast chance may not be functioning. Yeah, that was another issue, because obviously sometimes you do want to overcast and you do want to have some items to stop you from exploding. A Darklands choke point map should have clear indication of which terrain is impassable. Yeah, that's sorted. Feral Manticores are not buffed by red skill lines, that's now done. And finally, some Demon Prince demonic gifts have identical values. A lot of items just feel the same, that's very, very true. But yeah, we've got a bunch of fixes here. It's important to keep reporting, guys. It's important to keep reporting. I've said this before and I'll keep saying it. If we want this game to be better, especially when it comes to issues like this, we need to keep reporting issues so they can keep actually fixing them. So do so anytime that you see something that might be too bad, because Creative Assembly might not notice it. Right now they're working on the next patch, but it's likely that the DLC team is also working on the next DLC, because, you know, they said 3 DLCs this year. It's expected that the next DLC will come in around 4 months or so, given how much time is actually left in the year. So we're expecting it in August and then moving on to possibly November, December. So yeah, there's a lot that needs to be done. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about this issue, any issues that you might have, and I'll try report as many as possible in the comments below. And yeah, have a good day, guys. Have a good Saturday. Hope you're enjoying the Chaos Dwarfs.